Hi, I'm Steve Hewitt from Love Amongst Ruin, and you're watching Kerrang video podcast.
Hello and welcome to the Kerrang podcast. Here I am with Steve Hewitt, now of Love Amongst Ruin. How are you doing today?
Very good, thank you.
Excellent. So, so you left Placebo in 2007.
Yep.
What gave you the spark to start a new band?
I was a writer in Placebo anyway,
Yeah.
so the sort of creative juices were constantly flowing, so it was just a choice for the pub or the studio, really. So I went to the studio, started writing, recording with a good friend of mine, John Thorne, who used to be the bass player in Lamb,
Right.
and a sort of co-writer, stroke producer, Donald Ross Skinner, who used to be with Julian Cope. So it was just a creative process, and it just started from there, really, just to see what would come of it. And a year and a half later,
Here we are.
this was born.
Yeah. So did the songs come easy at first, or was it quite a experimental?
The songs were easy. It was the singing of them was the biggest worry, because I never spent too much time singing. I always got my ideas across when I was in Placebo, but it was never a kind of focal area, focal point, really. So that was the biggest challenge. But playing the drums and the bass and the guitars and everything, it was great fun. I actually quite enjoyed. I would have liked to just stayed in the studio forever, writing music, really. But it's got to come to that point where you get a sort of concept and a concise album together, then you've got to go out and tour. So
so you pulled a Dave Grohl. You've stepped out.
totally. I'm glad you referenced Dave Grohl rather than someone else.
Phil Cobb.
No.
So I mean, you played the Barfly in last month.
Yes.
How was that show?
Exciting, nerve-wracking. I mean, it was sold out, but it's not hard to sell out the Barfly. But it was great energy, a lot of love in the room, a lot of I suppose Placebo fans and a lot of curious people turned up. But it was just like a big party, really. Band had a good time. I had a great time. Just a good, hot, sweaty, small show.
Yeah, it's
proper,
good.
Yeah, dirty rock. It was great.
Where did you find your lineup? Of which the details you can read in this week's Kerrang magazine.
All hand-picked. Nobody's been auditioned for this band. It was purely they sort of picked through their experience and probably relationships that I've known them through, kind of thing. Keith York, my drummer. There was only one choice, really. We played very similarly. We used to teach together as well.
All right.
And he's just he's that vital backbone that I can rely on. Donald Ross Skinner, who's been Julian Cope, great producer, bit of a maverick, bit of a genius. Two new guys, Laurie Ross on keyboards, a classically trained cellist. I think his dad's a professional harpsichordist, still in 2010, which is quite impressive.
Not enough in rock these days, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Jimi Hendrix used a bit of harpsichord now and again. It's amazing, and he doesn't suffer from the sort of classically trained, I don't know what you call it.
Like hamstrung by theory.
Yeah. He's quite free by that. My young gun guitarist Steve Hewitt was recommended to me by my studio engineer Paul Corkett, who did Black Market Music with Placebo. Just a genius, and we've just recruited a new bass player, Teresa Mossini, today actually.
Oh, right.
So she's just been finishing marking her A-level music exams for her students, and now she's in the band. So
nice.
It's all pretty handpicked, and just it's about personalities and it's about experience.
Brilliant. So 10 tracks on the album. What's your sort of highlight? What's your favourite song to play so far?
That's really hard. I mean, it's like choosing your favourite child or something like that, so they're all good. It's a journey. It's not all balls out rock and roll. Sort of sensitivity, a lot of depth. But obviously, I mean, probably the first choice would be So Sad. It's the sort of full on, straight out, and it's also the first singles.
Yeah, excellent. So you're going to be playing Sonosphere?
We found out last week. So
yeah,
it's a bit scary.
Yeah, so
it's like our fourth show.
Yeah, not a bad show to have.
No, it's okay.
Yeah. What kind of things will you be pulling out of the bag to appease a metal audience?
Well, from my experience, past Placebo gigs when we've been thrown into things like that, supporting Metallica, it's kind of, you know, you learn quickly. I mean, I did a show at Placebo when we had to turn around to each other on stage and go, right, drop all the slow ones and go for it now, because you're getting pissed at you, and you know, trainers and all sorts of, you know, wonderful things.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be balls out. We'll probably just get rid of some of the most sensitive stuff and just go for the more rock stuff, I think.
Brilliant. Well, best of luck with the new band. You can read all about Steve's Love Amongst Ruin in this week's Kerrang, and we'll see you at the Sun this year.
Look forward to it.
Brilliant. Thanks a lot.